Prime Minister will regret. Tory MPs at loggerheads with Boris as he labels VAT cut from energy bill disallowed. Boris Johnson faces fury in his own ranks after he poured cold water on calls for VAT to be removed from soaring energy bills. Prime Minister Boris Johnson will come under renewed pressure after he declared scrapping VAT was not the most effective way to help those under the greatest pressure, describing it as a blunt instrument. This is despite Boris Johnson vowing to cut VAT from domestic fuel bills during the 2016 Brexit campaign by vote leave. His backtracking will spark fury in the Tory ranks after 20 Conservative MPs rallied to demand he step in to assist households facing huge hikes in energy charges. Conservative MP Craig Mackinlay said he was disappointed Mr. Johnson seemed to be robustly against slashing VAT on energy bills despite it being a backdoor tax on the just about managings. But speaking at a Downing Street news conference on Tuesday, the Prime Minister said scrapping VAT was not the most effective way to help those under the greatest pressure. He said leaving the EU meant Britain now enjoyed the freedom to set its own VAT rates. Mr. Johnson said, "It's slightly paradoxical that this is now being campaigned for by people who actually wanted to remain in the EU and still do when it would be impossible to deliver within the EU. I'm not ruling out further measures. The argument is that it's a bit of a blunt instrument. And the difficulty is that you end up also cutting fuel bills for a lot of people who perhaps don't need the support in quite the direct way that we need to give it." Earlier, the Prime Minister's official spokesperson said ministers would consider any proposals, but warned that the reasons for the rise in energy prices was global. Mr. Johnson's decision comes despite his comments in 2016 where he vowed alongside Michael Gove and former Labour MP Gisela Stewart, now Baroness Stewart of Edgbaston, to scrap this unfair and damaging tax. They said, in 1993, VAT on household energy bills was imposed. This makes gas and electricity much more expensive. EU rules mean we cannot take VAT off those bills. The least wealthy are hit particularly hard. The poorest households spend 3 times more of their income on household energy bills than the richest households spend. As long as we are in the EU, we are not allowed to cut this tax. When we vote leave, we will be able to scrap this unfair and damaging tax. It isn't right that unelected bureaucrats in Brussels impose taxes on the poorest and elected British politicians can do nothing. According to some predictions, energy bills could be hiked by more than 50% in April for millions of households that are on a standard tariff. Martin Lewis is warning that millions of households across Scotland and the rest of the UK can expect to see a seismic hit to their energy bills which could force some to choose between food or fuel this year. The UK government's energy price cap is due to be revised by Ofgem, the industry regulator, in February, with the increase put onto customers' bills from April. But according to Cornwall Insights, an energy sector specialist, bills could rise from £1,277 a year under the current price cap to £1,865 a year when the next revision is announced, a rise of 46%. They also predict it could spike to £2,240 a year at the following quarterly revaluation in August 2022 without a significant fall in energy prices globally. The founder of MoneySavingExpert.com said the UK government must intervene now to avoid a crisis in the energy market. He told the PA news agency, "This year is going to be a very tough year for many people. The energy price crisis needs substantial intervention from the UK government. We are going to see a minimum 50% increase in energy prices in the system and that is unsustainable for many."